Bednar. Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, Jared, you've done this before against this team, come back from 3-goal deficits. Did that help you tonight to do that?
No, I don't think so. I just think, it took us a little while to get to our game tonight. They capitalized on their chances in the first period, and we capitalized on some opportunities in the second and third, and they came out again in overtime and put it on us. But I thought Gorgie made some great saves throughout the course of the game. We limited some scoring chances through the middle portion of the game pretty well, but a couple of chances we gave up were good ones. So, I kind of say this all the time. Like, I didn't like the chances we gave up. There wasn't a bunch of them. I thought it was pretty tight checking for both teams for the most part of the game. But, again, they capitalized on some early, and we got the better of them, taking care of our chances in the middle portion of the game. It's part of it. I tell our guys all the time, it's the only score that matters is one at the end of the night, and you got to play the full 60 and sometimes more.
Jesse, then Pierre.
Coach, you just said that it took you guys a little bit to get to your game. By the numbers, it maybe didn't say that it should have been 3-0 after the first. I guess, what was your guys' message in between, and then when did you feel that the tide really started to shift for you guys?
Well, there was some things we needed to do better. First, we addressed that. We were disorganized on the D-zone arrival. On the first goal, we were running around all over the place. The point's open, no one's going, and multiple guys are going. There was guys open all over the place. They executed through it and then shot it through the screen. So that's on us. Quick face-off play hits our guy. I think Gorgie's probably making that save. I didn't love the shooting lane we had there. But then it hit Kale's stick and changes direction, goes over him. There's no real chance. They make a play, they got a bounce, they won the draw. It was well executed on their part, and they get a bounce off. And we got, some bounces too. We had some good opportunities. We hit a few posts. I felt like the game started to come for us a little late in the first, and then second period we kind of started doing a little bit more of what we would like to see and simplifying our game a little bit. And they were more competitive in the first period, and our lack of discipline didn't help, right? So you're killing penalties the whole time. You got a 5-on-3 after they already take the lead. It's kind of putting you on your heels. But we rebounded nicely in the second period and started to get ready to go.
Here.
Hey, Jared, can we get your review of the overtime goal? Miles Wood, bottom six winger. He's always been a great skater. Not known perhaps for that type of goal, but your view of what he delivered there.
Well, we were spending some time in our zone in overtime. We got caught out there tired multiple times in overtime, and guys just looking to get rid of the puck. Like, we lacked some poise coming out of our zone when tired, right? And they kept quick up in it. And we had some stretches like that in the second period, and we're hoping to try and do it again in the overtime, and they kind of did it to us. So we were scrambling around a little bit in D-zone coverage, defending hard, and but good poise. Like, that was a fresher line that was out there. It was good poise. Cogliano goes in and helps make the defensive play to get the puck back, and instead of just turning and firing it or giving it back to him in the neutral zone, he gets his eyes up, and Wood was fresh and went slashing through their D, and Cogs made a nice play to get it to him. And when Woody gets going like that, he's hard to stop. He's fast and he's powerful, and he just took it to the house. Great skill play. He got a similar goal that he got lucky on here during the regular season, actually. I think he missed that exact same play, and it went in 5-hole. But you need, it's such a tight game, and it's a game of mistakes, but it's also capitalizing on your opportunities, and someone's got to do it if you're going to win. And it happened to be Woody tonight, so I thought he did a great job staying with that puck and driving it hard to the net and hoping for something good to happen.
to follow up on Miles, this team signed him to a long-term contract in the summer. How much growth have you seen out of him just in this one season, and how much more do you think he can grow as a player?
Yeah, I think there's more for sure. But he's made good strides, like you get a player from another organization, the role's different, the coaching's different, the team plays to a different identity. We want him to play to his strengths, but also sort of meet our identity and continue to grow and take the next steps. And we've seen a lot of growth out of a lot of our guys, some that have been with us, some that have come in. Like, we're always trying to, that's what you're trying to get out of everyone in your team. Like, once they establish something that's part of their game and they're consistent with, you're trying to keep adding to it, and it's a two-way street. It's from the coaches and skills coaches, strength coaches, everyone trying to get them to make incremental improvements, and then it's also on the player to want to learn and try to take the next steps and become a better, well-rounded player, both on the offensive side and defensive side. And guys that are rock solid defensively, you're trying to get them to add to their game on the offensive side, and vice versa. So, but I think we've seen significant growth out of Miles. And if you remember when he first came to us, he didn't even penalty kill. Now he's out there all the time, and he's found a really good role there. So it's extra minutes for him. Again, that's what I'm kind of talking about. The role can change for a player, and they have to be able to adapt if they want to stay in the league and be productive, and he's done that.
Sean.
Jared, you've talked about Gorgie's ability, good or bad, to stay in the moment and stay in the process. Can you talk about individually some of those saves, the last 5 minutes of regulation, and then through the OT as you were trying to get yourself started up the other way?
Yeah, well, and it wasn't just those. There was... we didn't give up a lot of scoring chances in the second and third, but we gave up a couple A chances that I looked at. We, off the rush late in the period, third period, I think it was, they get a really good chance with Hintz coming through there. We made some mistakes, but he stayed with the puck, and he looked really athletic on a couple of the saves that may have taken some funny bounces or plays they made side to side down low in the zone. They're huge. Every save you can make that's a or B chance, like a good quality chance, it's well executed by Dallas. You got to take it, and maybe a little bad luck from him on the first few goals. First one, he didn't see it. I've kind of gone through those, but he certainly stepped up as the game went on, and we've seen that from him here in these playoffs.
Last two, Corey, then Colleen.
I think everybody sort of talked in the couple days before this series about how great Dallas is, and this was going to be a step up from the last series. Maybe that second and third period, was that sort of like a proof of concept for your team of how you want to play against them?
Yeah, yes. We certainly have a bunch of things that we can do better than we did tonight, right? But, if you're surprised that Dallas is a really good team, when you watch them play or pre-scout them or watch their regular season, watch what they did in the first round against a difficult Vegas team, then you're not informed, right? This is a very good hockey team. I think I said this in the first round, you could pick 16 teams, and, if they play the way they can and consistently enough, then they have a chance to win. And when you get down to 8, it's certainly the case. You're watching the series go on around the league. You're impressed by every team and what they do for stretches of the game. It's just being able to do it long enough and hard enough, and Dallas is the same way. We're the same way. If you're fortunate enough to play your best hockey for this 2 weeks and survive and advance, I think we got a chance to win, and I think they do, and I think the Oilers do, and I think Van does. So that's just the way it is. But you got to go prove it, and you got to go earn it.
You said earlier today that the team was just kind of antsy to get back out there and get on the ice and get going again after a week's rest. Valentin comes out, and this is now his goal in every single game, now 6 games. Was that just kind of did they just need to settle down a little bit kind of after that first period?
I think we needed to ramp up, not settle down. that was an intense hockey game, and we got caught watching a few times. Like, I don't want to say lazy, but the work ethic and intensity and commitment that you need wasn't there early. So we're giving up chances, we're taking penalties, reaching, tripping, we're not using our legs to skate and check. You know, like we had lapses or momentary lapses in our game that put us on our heels, and you can't rest on the ice in the NHL in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Not against a team like Dallas, right? I mean, we were doing some resting out there. We were watching other guys work, and it's got to be. It wasn't fluid. The work wasn't fluid enough from as a group of five is what it needed to be, and it got there. And we still got another step we can take. I'm sure of it.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep. Thank you.
Miles Wood and Cam